Okay. Hello, my name is Matthew Bull, and I will be playing Hercule Poirot. I'm going into my senior year here at SFA, and I am a BFA acting directing.
Hello, my name is Alex Cordova. I'll be playing Helen Hubbard. I am a BFA in musical theater, and I'll be going into my junior year of being here. All right. So it has been a very creative process. Like the whole concept that we have thus far of like playing with style and playing with different, not caricatures, but like stereotypes, and then also just grounding our character to being the best person that they can be for the show. I feel like Clio shows give a lot of creative liberty as well. I've been really enjoying the process so far and just being able to find new details to add every single day.
Yeah, it's a lot of a workshop, and it's a lot of like we're running the play a lot, but we're getting a lot of notes out of it, and we're trying new things. And since it's like a full length play, when you do it the whole time, there's so much you can do with trying new things because there's so much moments that you can try and play it differently here and differently here. And it will just be different every night because if you're actively listening and involved because of the story, it's just going to be different. But I feel like the process has been very good. It's interesting. It's different than some of the other like stuff I've done, especially with like doing rehearsals basically 6 days a week. Is really great because I love going to rehearsal, but it does catch up on you. Like you gotta be on top of your stuff, and you gotta put in the work, and it'll get to you a little bit. Just how much you're going to rehearsal, but it's good, and I think it's a really good like working process.
Mm.
So for me personally, this is probably the most heavy lines wise and biggest part I've played with Hercule Poirot, just because it's the main detective of the story, and so he's interacting with all of the characters, and it's overall just a really introspective character that not that I'm not used to playing, but one I've never really thought about in such a way because he's so clever and smart and like puts things together, which is not really how I am in real life. And so, but it's very cool, like reading through the play and being like, oh, this connects to this, and this is how the detective figures out this, and it's really cool because it's a lot of connecting and a lot of references I found in this play of like this is referencing this, and this is an important line because it comes back up. And I really like that about this play. And I think that's mainly because it's just a murder mystery, but also just the part, like being heavily involved in it as much as I have been, is it's a lot more work, but it's really fun. And it's a really, really cool process.
I think for me, this character, Helen Hubbard, she is not me at all. So she's very big, she's outspoken. I tend to be like a tiny little like not I shrink myself a lot in rooms. And so trying to find the bigness and still make it grounded and make it come naturally, I'm like fighting odds with this person in my brain. But it's been nice trying to figure out, okay, the logistics of this character. How can I still connect this to me? How can I still make this as authentic as possible, yet still express myself in like a big, almost rambunctious way? I've been toggling a lot with that, and it's been a battle, but we're getting through it. I think just the general groundedness that we all have as a cast about how this isn't just a murder mystery. There's like more to it that you can dive into. Agatha Christie really has a way of like fleshing out these characters in her own books, and Ken Ludwig's adaptation made it to where it leaves room, like wiggle room to like add more. And that's how I feel like audiences will be like, whoa, I didn't expect that, or I didn't expect it to go so deep into just outside of the source material, like the actors did a lot more and there was more done, basically.
Yeah, I would say with the story, one thing, like, as I've been reading it over and over again, I'm surprised a little bit with just how connected it is and how cohesive it is with all of the plot points. And I truly believe if you pay attention to the story and you are actively trying to figure out all of the details of this murder mystery, I think you can figure it out because they put in clues all throughout the bit, and they're like, this person is from this place and this person knows this, and it's like all connected. And if you're paying attention, you can make those jumps. And so at the end, when like the reveal is kind of given away and the curtain is pulled back, it's not a, okay, I would have never guessed that because you didn't tell me that. It's a, oh, I remember you saying that. And oh, that makes sense. And oh. And all of this, just this cog work in your brain can start turning because of the foundations that the play sets early on with a lot of the characters and their first interactions and the interrogations and stuff. I think it's just written really well because it's based off an Agatha Christie novel of just the story of how the murder was committed and why and motive and timing, and I think it's just really good. And so I think audiences will be pleasantly surprised with how much they are connecting the story and how much they figure out.
Mm. You go ahead.
Yeah. So summer stage so far been a lot of work because you spend about, well, depending on your like shop positions and stuff. But for me, I spend 4 hours in the costume shop from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And then I'm spending 3.5 hours at night from 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. in rehearsal. And so that's a lot of time just working on theater, especially so early and kind of a little bit so late. And so it's very draining. So obviously, like, drink water, drink lots of water, take naps, sleep, eat, basic human hygiene and stuff like that. But I would just take advantage of the time that you get to like spend just doing theater. That's something that CC said at the very beginning is, guys, we're just doing theater this summer. Like, this is the prime, this is the art. We are getting to put on a show and helping with the show in whatever way we can. And so just really taking advantage of that, I found like the more I'm in the costume shop, the more I'm actually talking with the people around me and making new friends. And you're just bound to have that happen because you're around new people. And so just open up, take the opportunities to be like, hey, someone's talking about something I know, chime into a conversation, but also take opportunities to actually do the work. You have free time and it's not really going to feel like that at times. And you're like, I just want to like take a nap for 5 hours, but you have to be working on, okay, I gotta look at the script. I gotta do the character work. And so it's a lot of like mental preparation of, okay, I'm going to be doing work. I'm going to be hustling, but it will be worth it in the end. And it's not going to last forever. It's 6 weeks. It's a rough, like, grinding 6 weeks, but in the end, it'll be way worth it if you put in the actual time to prepare.
I would advocate for all of that, plus one more little tiny piece of advice to just do one thing that you want to do outside of theater. Because of how intensive this work is, it tends to be like a grind mindset. And that could like lead to a lot of burnout and just a lot of like rough feelings about, oh, should I even be in theater? Like you toggle around almost with these emotions because like you're doing it so much that you're like tired and just drained. But like I think in days like that where you just have to like step back, maybe do something like artistic that's not involving theater. If you draw, then draw in a sketchbook, make a little art piece. Or if you want to go thrifting, go shopping and take that time for yourself to just sit and maybe even spend time with the people that you do hang out with in the shops that you're assigned to as well. I think just enjoying the time outside of theater can really replenish and like revive a student here that's been like on the grind endlessly for like weeks and days at a time.
Yeah. And I would also add, use your Sundays because you're working Monday through Saturday. Sunday, you're not working. Use that to sleep and
Chill.
rest and don't do anything. It's really important you take that break and not
Yes.
just work through the entire, because
It's not cool. It's cool, but not like take the time. Take the time. Do you want to go?
No,
Or?
you go right ahead.
I think I'll miss the people. I'll miss the people. We've become, because our cast is much more smaller than Susico, we've become a little bit more tight knit. And so it's like we invite each other, better said, to like, hey, I'm going out to eat at this so and so place. If anyone wants to join, if anyone wants to tag along. And it's like just this small little bunched up community that we've made for ourselves. And the inside jokes that we've made along the way, like they've been a nice experience for me thus far, and I don't get to hang out with the group that like we've had thus far much. And so being able to like see the ins and outs of people and be like, oh my god, this person's like so chill, I can't believe I was like terrified to talk to you like a semester ago. That's been the part that I'm like, I'm gonna miss that. Oh no. But it doesn't have to end. It doesn't have to end.
No, yeah, just being around the people, playing the part. That'll be. I'll miss the play, honestly. I really like this play and really like the part I get to play, and so I'll probably miss that. But yeah, just the people, because you're around them so much, you just will form those bonds, and like they won't go away. But summer stage is like, it's kind of in its own like world. It's like in a vacuum, kind of in the sense
Yeah.
like it's very conditioned. You're working on theater all day and doing this. That once you get out of it, like you're still going to be friends with these people, but you're not going to have as much time just with them as you will in the summer. Maybe that's, and so yeah, just like the conversations and the inside jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right, so that's a wrap on Actors on Actors. It was so nice to have y'all here. So come see Murder on the Orient Express, please. It'll be directed by Cleo House Keller, and we're having our show days from June 18th to the 21st.
Yes, and we will be performing in the Flex Theater in the Griffith Fine Arts Building here at SFA. Please buy your tickets right now. The link is in our bio, or you can call the box office at 936-468-6407.